Chapter 681 What's going on? All the painters gave up the game? Quick! Faster! You must stop Master Yi. Seeing Diao Yan and Li Daong flying quickly towards the entrance of the special painting realm, Gu Hongyu's face also showed a trace of anxiety. If it weren't for the need to maintain the stability of the special painting realm, he would have rushed over first, and there would be no need to remind them. Fuck! What the hell is that? Is it a giant foot that covers the sky? When Gu Hongyu saw the space in the distance suddenly tear apart, and then a giant foot that covered the sky and the sun stepped out from it and kicked Diao Yan and Li Daong back directly, he was shocked. Brother Diao. Brother Li. Are you okay? Seeing Diao Yan and Li Daong flying back, Gu Hongyu asked with concern. It's okay. The other party didn't want to hurt us at all. Otherwise, this kick would be enough to kill both of us. After hearing Gu Hongyu's words, Diao Yan also responded with fear on his face. My master is painting, and you dare to disturb him? You really don't know how to live or die. From now on, if any of you dare to disturb my master from painting, don't blame me for crushing his body into pulp piece by piece. At this moment, Yi Xiaojiao walked out of the torn space crack, and then looked at the three people opposite and reminded them indifferently. My master is painting? Could it be that this extremely terrifying barefoot bald guy is the protector of Yi Xiao? Hearing what Yi Xiaojiao said, Gu Hongyu, Diao Yan and Li Daong looked at each other, and saw unbelievable looks in each other's eyes. Special painting realm. Fortunately, I made preparations in advance. Otherwise, I can't paint quietly. After hearing Yi Xiaojiao's report, Yi Feng also showed a hint of pride, and then began to paint the dragon and phoenix picture. 1 hour later. Drawing is done. I want to hand in my painting in advance. Just when all the contestants were concentrating on painting, Shi Dachuan's voice suddenly resounded throughout the special painting realm. And then more than 900 painters all looked at Shi Dachuan in the first row, and many of them even showed a hint of anger in their eyes. After all, when painting, you need to devote yourself wholeheartedly and cannot be affected by any external factors. This is a situation that every painter knows, but they really didn't expect that in such a formal competition, someone would make such a low-level mistake. But when they saw that the person who shouted was Shi Dachuan, who was using gold-eating sandpaper and the Tianjin Mingmu paintbrush, the anger on their faces disappeared instantly, and they all showed a kind smile. Boom! At this moment, a terrifying killing intention suddenly burst out from Shi Dachuan's face. All the painters who stared at Shi Dachuan's face were like being trapped in a sea of blood and corpses. The endless killing intention was madly destroying their souls. 1 second later. When Shi Dachuan put away the killing intention, countless painters woke up. Everyone's face turned extremely pale, and there was endless fear in their eyes. Even if only 1 second had passed, they felt like they had spent decades. It's done. Seeing that all the painters were almost scared to death by this killing intention, Yi Feng and Shi Dachuan also showed a touch of excitement. They believed that under this state, all the painters would no longer be able to complete the painting with a peaceful mentality, so it would not be a big problem for the two of them to break into the top 500. Outside. Fuck. Young Master Yi, don't think that by affecting the mentality of other painters, he can successfully enter the top 500. Yes. Are they too confident in themselves? Even if all the painters are not in good condition, the paintings they draw are countless times better than the dragon and phoenix and the galloping horses they draw. At this time, Diao Yan and Li Daong, who noticed this situation, also expressed their thoughts at the first time. Enough. Are the things you said important? Didn't you notice that the maid next to Yi Xiao just now released a terrifying painting intent on her face? She can actually use her hands as pens and her face as paper, and then integrate her own terrifying painting intent into her makeup. Don't you know how difficult it is? After hearing what Diao Yan and Li Daong said, Gu Hongyu also looked at the two of them angrily and cursed. Special painting realm. After many painters recovered from the terrifying killing intent, they all walked towards Shirdachuan. They did not blame Shirdachuan, but they wanted to see how amazing Shirdachuan's paintings would be if such a terrifying killing intent could be integrated into the makeup on his face. Not to mention, Shirdachuan also used the legendary paper and pen to complete the painting. It is no exaggeration to say that even if they lost the game, it would be their blessing to see such a masterpiece. What the hell is this? What the hell are these two people drawing? They actually used the legendary paper and pen to draw the chicken catching insects and the picture of thousands of insects coming out of the mountain. Even the fucking painting intent was not integrated? This is painting, isn't this a waste of money? However, when many painters saw the paintings that Yi Feng and Shirdachuan had already completed, they were all shocked and stood there in shock. These two bastards actually used the legendary paper and pen to draw such a shitty work, who can stand it? My mentality is completely broken. Go to the game, I won't play anymore. If I stay here, my heart of painting will be completely broken by these two bastards. Brother, wait for me. I'll go with you too. I can't destroy myself because of such a game. I'll go too. I can't stand it anymore, I'll go too. As the first person chose to give up the game, more and more painters made the same choice. What's going on? What the hell is going on? All of a sudden, everyone is gone? When Yi Feng saw that more than 900 painters had all left the special painting realm, he was stunned and thought to himself, if they all leave, who will I continue the competition with? Yi Feng thought of countless possibilities, but he really didn't think that these painters would just abandon the competition and leave. Elder Yi. What level of paper and pen are you taking out? We just spent a little money, why did they all give up the game? At this time, Shirdachuan looked at Yi Feng with a confused face and asked. Chapter 682 There is a pile of garbage on the garbage mountain, and you and I are under the garbage mountain. This set of paper and pen is nothing. If you have to say, it's just a little better than garbage. Hearing Shirdachuan's question, Yi Feng also responded realistically. The legendary paper and pen, you say it's nothing? It's just a little better than garbage? Is this something a person can say? At this time, Gu Hongyu, Diao Yan and Li Daong, who had just entered, happened to hear what Yi Feng said, and then the corners of their mouths twitched uncontrollably. They never thought that the legendary paper and pen, which were extremely important in their hearts, were just a little better than garbage in Yi Feng's eyes. No. Even if young Master Yi has that terrifying protector by his side, I must give him a good lecture. I will never allow young Master Yi to call the sacred legendary paper and pen a good piece of trash. After being shocked, Gu Hongyu first said this, and then strode towards Yi Feng with a serious face. Brother Gu is awesome. Brother Gu is really awesome. When Diao Yan and Li Daong heard what Gu Hongyu said, their faces also showed extremely admiring expressions, and then they quickly followed. Young Master Yi. There is a garbage pile on the garbage mountain, and you and I are under the garbage mountain. I can't let these garbage affect your mood on weekdays, so can I be your exclusive garbage harvester? After coming to Yi Feng, the seriousness on Gu Hongyu's face disappeared instantly, and then he expressed his thoughts with a pleading look. Didn't you come here to preach? Why are you begging? After seeing this scene, Diao Yan and Li Daong on the side were all dumbfounded. They wanted to watch the excitement, but who would have thought that they would watch it alone? Wait. Garbage? The garbage in Yi Xiao's mouth, at worst, is the black sandpaper and the 9 mysterious ghost brush. At this moment, Diao Yan and Li Daong suddenly reacted, and then a touch of fiery color appeared in their eyes. If Gu Hongyu succeeded, they would immediately come forward to beg, hoping to become garbage harvesters number 2 and number 3. Is this Gu Hongyu crazy? Why don't you just be a painter and become my exclusive garbage collector? Hearing Gu Hongyu's request, Yifeng was stunned at first, then shook his head and said, Gu, I'm really sorry, our palace doesn't lack garbage collectors at the moment, and, to put it bluntly, there are 2 people who want to become garbage collectors waiting for a chance at the foot of our Xinghuan mountain. Xinghuan mountain? If I stay at the foot of the mountain and wait for a chance, I can do it too. After hearing Yifeng's words, Gu Hongyu instantly grasped several important information, and then stopped pestering Yifeng, but directly said, Young Master Yi, I was too presumptuous, I'm really sorry. System. Now that no one is left in the competition, has the mission failed? Seeing that Gu Hongyu no longer pestered him, Yifeng was relieved, and then asked the system in his heart. Ding. Host, don't you still have you and Shi Duchuan? You too can participate in the promotion match tomorrow. At that time, as long as you can eliminate Shi Duchuan, the host can successfully enter the finals, and then you can complete the mission. Huh? System, does it count if I enter the finals alone? After hearing the system's explanation, Yifeng also showed a touch of surprise, and then continued to ask. Ding. As long as the host enters the finals, it will be considered as completing the mission, and it is also considered that the host is lucky. If there is no Shi Duchuan, then you will definitely not be recognized by the system if you participate in the promotion match alone. Soon, the voice of the system sounded again in Yifeng's mind. So that's how it is. Fortunately, Shi Duchuan also got a spot through the audition yesterday, otherwise, this random task would have failed. After learning about this situation, Yifeng also revealed a smile, and then thought to himself, this is fate. After a moment. What? There are only 2 of you left. Do you still want to participate in tomorrow's promotion match? And you want to use better paper and pen than the gold-eating sandpaper and the Tianjin Mingmu brush? You will never stop until we have destroyed our painting aspirations. When Gu Hongyu, Diao Yan and Li Daong heard Yifeng's idea, they all showed a trace of fear in their eyes. They couldn't imagine that there was any higher-level paper and pen above the legendary paper and pen. And if they saw Yifeng continue to draw the dragon and phoenix on that level of paper and pen, even they would not be able to withstand such a blow. Thinking of this, the 3 looked at each other and walked aside to discuss. Brother Gu, Brother Li. It's better to suffer a short pain than a long pain. Anyway, there is no one left. Why not advance tomorrow's promotion match and start the promotion match directly now? At this time, Diao Yan took the lead in expressing his thoughts. Brother Diao. Your idea is the same as mine. We can't avoid it anyway, so we might as well face it as soon as possible. After hearing Diao Yan's proposal, Li Daong also nodded and approved the proposal. It's better to share happiness with others than to enjoy it alone. If young Master Yi can really come up with a higher-level paper and pen, I'm afraid it will be beyond our cognition. In that case, why not invite the old man Xianhua over? With him in charge, we don't have to bear so much pressure. After hearing the ideas of Diao Yan and Li Daong, Gu Hongyu proposed a new idea. Not far away. Are they going to invite the old man Xianhua over? It's almost noon, we can't delay my master's meal and nap. In that case, I'll help them and capture that old man who paints like a fairy. After hearing the conversation between the 3 people, Yi Xiaojiao in the air also made a decision. Then he waved his right hand and tore a space crack in front of him. His right hand even stretched directly into the space crack. Divine Painting City. A town where countless top painters in the God realm gather. In the center of the town, there is a painting god tower that is more than 20 meters high. Painting god tower, top floor. What's going on? Why has my right eyelid been twitching since just now? Is something bad going to happen to me? At this time, a white-haired old man who was painting also muttered to himself with an uneasy look. At this moment, a strange space crack suddenly appeared in front of the white-haired old man. Before he could react, a strong and powerful arm emerged from the crack and grabbed him directly. During the whole process, he had no ability to resist at all. Chapter 683 Zhang Yunfei arrived and was directly targeted by the 5 tigers at the foot of the mountain. Brother Gu. The old man Xianhua is the most prestigious senior in our painting world. Just the 3 of us, weaklings, can invite the old man Xianhua? After hearing Gu Hongyu's proposal, Diao Yan shook his head and then directly expressed his thoughts. Yes. Let alone inviting the old man Xianhua, it's probably extremely difficult for us to see him. Li Daong on the side also said. Hey. I didn't think it through. Then do as you said, start the promotion match in advance, we'll finish it sooner and get rid of it sooner. After hearing what the 2 said, Gu Hongyu also sighed, then looked at the 2 and told them his decision. What are you guys playing? I helped you catch the people, and then you said you don't need it anymore? Yi Xiaojiao in the air was stunned after hearing what the 3 people said. And the old man Xianhua who was caught seemed to understand something after hearing the conversation between the 3 people below, and then cursed in his heart, where the hell are these 3 bastards, I was caught here, all because of you. Huh? Old man, who are you? When Gu Hongyu saw the old man Xianhua slowly falling from the sky, he also frowned and asked. After hearing this, Diao Yan and Li Daong turned around and looked at the old man Xianhua. Who am I? I am the old man Xianhua. If you can't invite me, then stop talking nonsense. Just because you talked nonsense, the strong man above directly grabbed me from Shenhua City. Who the hell did I offend? Hearing Gu Hongyu's question, the old man Xianhua also cursed, and then a terrifying aura of the peak of the 9th level of the divine tribulation realm emanated from his body, and a half-meter-long iron pen like an iron rod appeared in his hand. Wait a minute. Senior Xianhua, this is all a misunderstanding. Seeing the old man Xianhua walking towards them with an iron pen in his hand, Gu Hongyu also shouted in panic. On the other side. Huh? How did the small feet grab an old man? Does this old man have a grudge against those 3 old men? Seeing the old man Xianhua not far away holding an iron pen and madly beating Gu Hongyu, Diao Yan and Li Daong, Yi Feng also showed a hint of doubt. 2 hours later. Ha ha ha. I didn't expect that the mist dragon sandpaper and the Wuxian spirit wood brush actually exist. I thought that everything recorded in that incomplete secret book was fake and was made up by the former painters. I didn't expect that it was true. Even the legendary gold-devouring sandpaper and heavenly gold dark wood are garbage compared to this set of paper and pen. But what kind of shitty paintings did these 2 people draw with this set of paper and pen? A dog can draw better than them. Why do you want me to see all this? When the old man Xianhua saw the dragon and phoenix and the galloping horses that Yi Feng and Shi Dachuan drew with this set of paper and pen, he collapsed and picked up the iron pen and walked towards Gu Hongyu, Diao Yan and Li Daong again. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the random task, and you will be rewarded with 10 million squandering points. Boom! As the reward prompt sound of the system sounded from Yifeng's mind, a breath of breakthrough also burst out from Yifeng's body. What's going on? I have completed the task, and I have a very low chance of breaking through a small realm. I can even get it? Feeling that his cultivation has broken through to the terrifying 3rd level of the true God realm, Yifeng also revealed a bit of confusion, and then thought to himself, forget it, having fun is the most important thing, so let's break through. Little foot. Open a space crack, let's go home. Immediately afterwards, Yifeng spoke to Yi Xiaojiao, beside him. Everyone. Let's keep the green mountains and green waters flowing forever, and see you again in the future. Looking at the 4 people, Xianhua Elder, Gu Hongyu, Diao Yan and Li Daong, who were still playing and fighting with each other not far away, Yifeng also shouted at them, and then took the lead in walking into the space crack. Too strong. I haven't seen Elder Yi practicing, just drawing a few pictures and he broke through. Looking at Yifeng leaving, Shi Duchuan also showed a touch of shock, and then immediately followed him. On the other side. Speak or not? Are you going to speak or not? You're still so stubborn. Do you really think I don't dare to kill you? Seeing Yifeng and the others leave, the old man Xianhua kept hitting the three people with his iron pen. Stop hitting. Old Xianhua, you keep asking us whether we can tell or not. Then ask. At this time, Gu Hongyu finally couldn't bear the double torture of body and mind, and looked directly at the old man Xianhua and shouted loudly. Ask? Do I need to ask? What I want to know is who that young master is, and where he lives. Do I need to ask? Hearing what Gu Hongyu said, the old man Xianhua's face flashed with embarrassment, but he still pretended to be calm and responded. Xinghuan Mountain, at the foot of the mountain. Master. Look at the middle-aged man walking in the distance, he looks full of masculinity. But why does he put such heavy makeup on his face, and wear a female-style robe? It looks too weird. At this time, when Qin Ziheng saw Zhang Yunfei walking in the distance, he felt goosebumps all over his body. I don't know. I have only seen this kind of weird situation on Shi Duchuan. Could it be that this guy has something to do with Shi Duchuan? Hearing Qin Ziheng's question, Zhu Shan also frowned and expressed his thoughts. In a wooden house on the other side, when Lin Yu, Qi Jia and Ma Wenshan of Dian sect noticed Zhang Yunfei coming from a distance, the corners of their eyes and mouths began to twitch uncontrollably. They knew that there were many strange things in the world, but they had never seen such a strange thing. Brother. This guy's appearance is really uncomfortable to see. Or, let's beat him up, anyway, we are free. Soon, Ma Wenshan came up with an idea. That guy's appearance is really uncomfortable to see. But whether to beat him up to relieve boredom, we still have to ask Brother Zhu's opinion. Although our strength is stronger than his relationship with Yi Xiao is stronger than ours. So, if we want to coexist peacefully at the foot of this mountain in the future, we still have to take him as the leader. This is all about human relations. After speaking, Lin Yu walked out of the wooden house and walked directly towards the wooden house where Zhu Shan was. The other side. That's right. It should be here. According to the aura of a secret treasure carried by Shi Duchuan, Zhang Yunfei finally caught up here. However, when he saw 5 people looking at him with a smile in the distance, a hint of doubt flashed in his eyes, and he thought to himself, who are they and why do they live at the foot of this mountain? Chapter 684 Master, I am your Uncle Zhang. Something's wrong. Why are they getting ready to come towards me? As the distance got closer, when Zhang Yunfei discovered this situation, a look of uneasiness appeared on his face. Everyone. Is this Xinghuan Mountain? Is the Xinghuan Palace on the mountain? Although he was a little uneasy, Zhang Yunfei still pretended to be calm and looked at the 5 people opposite and asked. Enemy attack. Brothers, come on. We must protect Xinghuan Palace even if we die. After hearing what Zhang Yunfei said, Zhu Shan found an excuse and waved his hand, leading his apprentice and the 3 great elders of Dian sect to rush towards Zhang Yunfei opposite. Enemy attack? Where are the enemies? Wait a minute. The enemy they are talking about, can't it be me? After reacting, looking at the 5 people rushing towards him quickly, Zhang Yunfei also shouted, Everyone, friendly forces, it's friendly forces, I'm not an enemy, I'm. Damn, you can hit me in the face, but don't mess up my makeup. 10 minutes later. As a space crack appeared at the foot of the mountain, Yifeng, Shi Duchuan and Yi Xiaojiao also walked out of it. Master. You are finally back. If you don't come back, I will. Bang, Before Zhang Yunfei finished speaking, Shi Duchuan kicked Zhang Yunfei, who was running over, and flew away. Then he looked at Zhang Yunfei, who had turned into a pig-headed face, but had heavy makeup on his face, and was wearing a lady's robe, and cursed, "Who the hell is your young master?" A grown man dressed himself up like a man and a woman. "Don't you know how disgusting you look? Young master. I'm your uncle Zhang." Hearing Shi Duchuan's curse, Zhang Yunfei also revealed his identity with tears in his eyes. "What? You are Uncle Zhang." Hearing this, Shi Duchuan felt that the voice was somewhat familiar, and then he hurried over and asked with concern, "Uncle Zhang, who beat you like this? I didn't recognize you. Also, what's the matter with the makeup on your face and the lady's robe you are wearing?" "Young master. It was the 5 tigers at the foot of the mountain over there who beat me like this. I said I was a friendly army, but they insisted that I was an enemy, and they just beat me up. As for my dress, it's because you successfully worshipped the Star Soul Palace, so I also want to try it." Hearing Shi Duchuan's question, Zhang Yunfei immediately explained. My frowns and smiles can be charming, and my anger and smiles can also be soul-stirring. Your frowns can be fatal, and your anger and smiles can shock the world. With someone like you, you still want to worship the Star Soul Palace in my way? Can you have a clear understanding of yourself? After hearing Zhang Yunfei's words, Shi Duchuan's face was instantly covered with black lines. He really didn't expect that Uncle Zhang, who was extremely stable on weekdays, could do such a childish thing. "Uncle Zhang, listen to my advice. This business of men dressing up as women is too complicated, you can't control it. So, you should be normal." After recovering from his shock, Shi Duchuan also looked at Zhang Yunfei helplessly and persuaded him. "Master. What if young Master Yi likes this kind of tune? I really can't give up if I don't try it once." At this time, Zhang Yunfei also expressed his thoughts with unwilling eyes. After all, after learning about the wealth of Xinghuan Palace from Shi Duchuan, he swore that he must worship Xinghuan Palace. Now the opportunity is right in front of him, how can he give up easily? Moreover, his decision was also agreed by Shi Duchuan's father. "Young Master Yi. I am the protector of the young master. I also want to join the Xinghuan Palace, and I hope young Master Yi can give me a chance. As long as I join the Xinghuan Palace, I can give everything." After making the decision, Zhang Yunfei also got up from the ground, and then walked to Yi Feng to explain his purpose. "Fuck. Where the hell did this psychopath come from?" A shrill duck voice. Grinning, the foundation on his face fell off like crazy. "This is so freaking scary, and if you look at it for too long, you'll probably have nightmares at night." After hearing Zhang Yunfei's words, and looking at the other's ugly face that gave him goosebumps, Yi Feng quickly ordered Yi Xiaojiao beside him, "Quick, send this monster away." Pung. With a muffled sound, Zhang Yunfei was kicked away by Yi Xiaojiao, and flew higher and higher, farther and farther. "Master Yi. I will be back." Just as Zhang Yunfei was about to disappear from everyone's sight, a firm voice came back from a distance. Come back? What the hell attracted you to me? Can't I change? If you torture me a few more times, how can I play games with the 7 fairies in my dream?" Hearing Zhang Yunfei's words, Yi Feng shuddered all over, then looked at the 5 tigers at the side and said, "If that guy dares to come back again, you will beat him up every time. Anyway, either he will be beaten and run away, or you will pack up and leave. You decide." "Xiao Shi. I know he is your man. If he was a little more normal, I might let him stay. But you also saw that I really dare not keep him like this. If you don't want him to be beaten again, then persuade him not to come again." Then, Yi Feng looked at Shi Duchuan and explained, and then walked towards the entrance of the mountain road. "Hey! Uncle Zhang, if you want to come to Xinghuan Palace, you should tell me first. Now it's all right, too clever, it's all over. Looking at Yi Feng, who was leaving, Shi Dachuan shook his head helplessly, and then immediately followed him. Second brother. What are you thinking about? When Yi Feng, Shi Dachuan and Yi Xiaojiao left, Lin Yu found that Qi Jiao was holding his chin with his hand and thinking about something, and asked directly with a puzzled look. Nothing. It's just that the last words of that dead pervert just now made me feel familiar. Hearing Lin Yu's question, Qi Jiao also frowned and explained. Lie down in the rocking chair. Sunbathe in the sunshine. This little life is comfortable. For the next 2 days, let's take a rest in the palace gate first. After returning to the palace gate, Yi Feng also took out the rocking chair and basked in the sun directly. What's going on? Why is it dark? Before Yi Feng could enjoy it for long, he suddenly felt the sky darken. When he opened his eyes, he found a huge white pig that was 100 feet long appeared in the sky. Moreover, this huge white pig actually had 8 white wings. On the other side. Fuck. 8-winged flying white cloud pig? Am I dazzled? The flying white cloud pig clan is just an ordinary clan of divine beasts in the god realm, and the highest one has only 4 wings. But what's the situation with this flying white cloud pig? Why does it have 8 wings? Did it take medicine? When Huashan, Sun Long, Shi Dachuan and others saw the huge white pig in the air, they all exclaimed in shock. Chapter 685, What are you doing? Take the pig for a walk. Sweet and sour spare ribs, braised pork elbows, braised pig's trotters, cold mixed pig ears, fat meat with oil. At this time, looking at the flying white cloud pig in the air, Yi Feng's saliva flowed out from the corner of his mouth involuntarily. My lord. This big white pig is being hunted by 3 Shintoists with the 3rd level of the divine tribulation realm. Do you need me to help? Noticing that Yi Feng was drooling while staring at the big white pig above, Yi Xiaojiao also understood it instantly, and then immediately asked. What? The pig is so cute, and someone wants to kill it. Then we must save it. After hearing Yi Xiaojiao's reminder, Yi Feng's face changed, and then he quickly gave Yi Xiaojiao an order to save the pig. Ding. Host, this flying white cloud pig is not an ordinary pig. Under normal circumstances, the flying white cloud pig family can only grow 4 wings, but this flying white cloud pig has 8 wings. It can be said that it has broken the limit of the bloodline of the family. Its future achievements are limitless. If it is really slaughtered, it will be a pity. Just after Yi Feng gave the order to Yi Xiaojiao, the voice of the system sounded in his mind. System, if it is not related to squandering, you will not remind me. Tell me honestly, is this pig a big eater? Can you squander a lot of good things on it? Yi Feng, who already knows the system very well, asked directly at this time. Ding. Host, you are right. This mutated flying white cloud pig is indeed very good at eating, and it can also integrate the various powers it eats into itself, thereby enhancing its own strength. It can be said that it is definitely a good helper for losing money. Moreover, this mutated flying white cloud pig has a deep blessing. Whether in the God realm or in the heavenly Tao battlefield, it is very easy to encounter all kinds of good things, whether those good things are owned or unowned. If it is allowed to join the robbery group of the sword dog, it will definitely be like adding wings to a tiger. Isn't this a walking treasure house? If so, it seems interesting to let it join the dog's robbery group. Hearing these situations said by the system, Yi Feng also lowered his head and pondered. On the other side. Run. You big white pig, keep running. At this time, 3 Shintoists wearing gray divine robes completely blocked the flying white cloud pig in a triangle, and the leading man also shouted with a smug look on his face. Big brother. Although this 8-winged flying white cloud pig is extremely special, it will definitely sell for a good price. But look below. On this broken mountain, someone actually built a palace gate. Building a palace gate is fine, but everything in the palace gate is made of top-grade divine crystals. Is this something a human can do? Big brother. Not only that, there are hundreds of young sky-devouring demon dragons in the palace gate below, and those young dragons are bathing and playing in the white flame dew. This is simply a waste of natural resources. Why don't we rob this palace gate directly? Compared with the good things in this palace gate, this mutant big white pig is nothing. At this time, the other two younger brothers noticed the situation of the Star Soul Palace below, and they also looked at the leading man and expressed their thoughts. Ridiculous. You actually want to rob my lord's palace? You really think you are a piece of cake? At this moment, a teasing voice suddenly sounded, and before the three of them could react, a huge footprint that covered the sky and the sun fell from the air. During the fall, the surrounding space collapsed, and the scene was extremely shocking. Fuck. I haven't escaped from the wolf's den yet, and I'm already in the tiger's den? But I don't want to die yet. I broke the limit of my own bloodline. As long as I survive well, the future will belong to me. I really don't want to die here. Looking at the huge footprint in the air collapsing the space and slowly falling, Faitian Bayun Pig's eyes also revealed a strong unwillingness. Bang! 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 With three muffled sounds, the three Shintoists instantly turned into blood mist, and the huge Faitian Bayun Pig was blasted to the top of the mountain below by the huge footprint. During the fall, the Faitian Bayun Pig's body began to shrink rapidly. When it fell to the ground next to Yifeng, it had shrunk to the size of a mini pig. I don't know why they didn't kill me. But I feel like there's something wrong with the way these guys look at me. Especially the man sharpening the knife. What does he want to do to me? When the flying white cloud pig crawled out of the pit, it saw Yifeng, Huashan, Sun Long, Shi Dachuan and others forming a circle and staring at it, and its eyes finally fell on Sun Long, who was constantly sharpening the knife. Master Yi. The meat quality of the flying white cloud pig is very good. And this is a mutated 8-winged flying white cloud pig. I'm afraid its meat will be even more delicious. If we keep it in captivity, then our palace will not have to worry about meat for a long time, and we will not have to eat the meat of the sky-devouring demon dragon every day. At this time, Sun Long also looked at Yifeng with excitement and expressed his thoughts. Stare. Hearing Sun Long's words, the flying white cloud pig's eyes suddenly widened, and then it was directly frightened and trembled all over. In his heart, he collapsed and thought, it's better to be caught by those three bastards. They just want to sell me, but these demons want to keep me in captivity and then eat me bit by bit over several years. It's better to kill me directly. Let's keep it first. As for whether to eat it or not, we'll talk about it later. Hearing Sun Long's proposal, Yifeng did not explain anything. He planned to keep it for a few days to see if this flying pig would do anything, then keep it. If it turns out to be a stupid pig, then kill it and eat it directly. After all, Jiango doesn't want a stupid pig to join his robbery group. Alright. Do what you need to do. I'll go back and rest first. Afterwards, Yifeng greeted everyone and walked directly to his residence. Palace Master. Where are you going? When Yifeng left, he saw Huashan tie a rope around the neck of the flying pig from somewhere and was about to take the flying pig down the mountain. Sun Long, who was standing by, asked curiously. Where are you going? Of course, I'm going to take the pig for a walk. Since I'm free anyway, I might as well take it down the mountain and show it off. After all, this may be the only 8-winged flying white cloud pig in the God realm. After explaining, Huashan walked down the mountain with the flying pig with a proud look on his face. Chapter 686 Interesting Prodigal Product, Glass Inyong Pot. Show off? Are you going to show off to the 5 tigers down the mountain? Then you walk the pig and I'll walk the tiger. Thinking of this, Sun Long looked at the holy light tiger demon with a malicious look. Huh? What for? Brother Long, I'm your most loyal tiger brother. You don't want to walk me to show off. Seeing Sun Long's malicious look, the holy light tiger demon also took a few steps back with uneasiness on his face, and then asked with a trembling voice. The palace master is walking the pig. The shit shoveler is walking the tiger. Then why should I walk? I have to keep up with them, otherwise I will look out of place. Seeing that Sun Long also found a rope to drag the holy light tiger monster away, Shi Dachuan on the side also began to look around, and finally looked directly at the hundreds of sky-devouring demon dragons swimming in a large wooden barrel in the distance. Early the next morning. Huh? Where are the people? Where did they go? When Yifeng woke up and found that there was no one in the palace gate, he also walked down the mountain with a puzzled look on his face. Go. Flying pig. If you win this game, I'll kill a young dragon to replenish your body when I get back. Brother tiger. Run for me, you 4 short legs. I bet on several treasures in this game. You must not lose to me. Little dragon. Run, if you lose, you'll be in the pot. When Yifeng was about to reach the foot of the mountain, a series of excited shouts came clearly into his ears, which made him frown slightly and said, What's going on? Others bet on horses, but what are they betting on? Tiger. Dragon. Pig. When Yifeng came to the foot of the mountain, the 5 tigers at the foot of the mountain were also standing on the periphery with nervous expressions and shouting wildly, which showed that they had also placed a lot of bets. Huh? I just brought back a pig. So you guys started gambling with the only pigs, tigers, and dragons in the palace? Is this what a normal Shintoist would do? Don't you guys need to practice? Seeing the runway filled with various obstacles that had been built in front of him at some unknown time, and looking at the flying pigs, holy light tiger demons, and the young dragons of the devouring heavenly dragon running freely inside, Yifeng's face was instantly covered with black lines, and then he cursed in his heart, It's okay if you don't practice well, but you should play more seriously. You can play with that broken runway. Young Master Yi. Come on, let's play together. At this time, Huashan suddenly noticed Yifeng behind him, and then shouted excitedly at Yifeng. Play? I'm playing with your sister. I'm a spendthrift, how can I play on such a broken runway? Don't you know how to use some expensive treasures to build a luxurious runway? Thinking of this, Yifeng shouted directly to Yi Xiaojiao on the top of the mountain, Xiaojiao, throw all these people into the blood pool and let them wake up. Swish. Hearing Yifeng's words, everyone turned to look at Yifeng, and everyone's eyes showed a trace of fear. After all, they knew very well how terrible the pain was to absorb the blood of the sky-devouring demon dragon. But what they didn't understand was why Yifeng wanted to punish them. Just because they made a bet on the great escape of the divine beast? Huh. Finally freed. When everyone was captured by Yi Xiaojiao, the holy light tiger demon and the flying pig also breathed a sigh of relief. Flying pig. Young Master Yi didn't kill you directly, which proves that you still have a chance to survive. So, in the next few days, you have to find a way to please young Master Yi. This is the only advice I can give you. Seeing that Feitian Pig had deliberately lost to it twice before, the holy light tiger demon also gave Feitian Pig some pointers. Brother Tiger. Thank you for your kindness. If I can survive by chance, then you can tell me anything in the future, and I will never refuse. Hearing the holy light tiger demon's advice, Feitian Pig also hurriedly thanked him. Hey. I'm just the battle pet of Sun Long, the shit-shoveling officer. If you can really make it, I will have to call you Brother Pig in the future. Looking at Feitian Pig with a grateful look on his face, the holy light tiger demon, didn't say anything more. If Fei Tian Pig died in the end, it wouldn't lose anything, but if the other party made it, then this favor would be very important. A moment later, Xinghuan Palace. Do you know you are wrong? Looking at the people who just climbed out of the blood pool, Yi Feng also questioned with a serious face. Young Master Yi. We are wrong. As the palace master, I will make a statement first. We will definitely work hard to practice in the future and never play these fancy games again. Hearing Yi Feng's question, Huashan also stepped forward and directly expressed his thoughts. At the same time, he thought to himself, although I am a useless person, at this moment, the others should be looking at me with admiration. Wrong answer. Xiaojiao, throw the palace master back into the blood pool. However, just when Huashan was secretly proud of himself, Yi Feng's voice was like a gust of cold wind, which made him shudder violently. Then he hurriedly said, Wait a minute, Master Yi, let me answer again. Before Huashan finished speaking, Yi Xiaojiao kicked him into the blood pool. Hiss. Seeing this scene, Sun Long, Shi Dachuan, the three elders of Dian sect, and Zhu Shan and Qin Ziheng, the master and apprentice, all took a breath of cold air. They thought that Huashan's answer was perfect, but who would have thought that he would answer wrong? Moreover, if he answered wrong, he would be thrown back into the blood pool. This is too terrible. What? No one stood up to continue answering? Seeing that the others were standing in place, and no one dared to stand up to answer his question, Yi Feng waved to Yi Xiaojiao on the side. Bang! 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 One kick at a time. Soon, everyone was kicked into the blood pool again by Yi Xiaojiao. Let them stay awake first. I have to check the waste products for fresh today. I hope I can get some interest. Seeing that everyone was kicked into the blood pool again, Yi Feng also checked the waste products for fresh today. Today's waste product, glazed inyang pot *10 glass inyang pot, a special treasure. Pour clear water into it. In one night, the clear water can be transformed into glazed inyang liquid. If you drink glazed inyang liquid for a long time, it will have great benefits for your soul. Chapter 687 Young Master Yi, I can't treat them all equally. Huh. This thing is interesting. When Yi Feng learned about the wasteful product refreshed today, he showed an interested look on his face, and then took out a glazed inyang pot from the system space. This is the glazed inyang pot? What are you playing with? Looking at the urinal in his hand, Yi Feng couldn't believe his eyes for a while. Glittering glaze. Luxurious and elegant. The whole urinal. No, the whole glazed inyang pot looks like it is made of precious pearls and jade, but why is it like a urinal in this shape? Looking at the glazed inyang pot in his hand, Yi Feng also shook his head helplessly, and then began to ponder. This thing looks like a urinal from a distance, and it looks like a urinal up close. If it is used as a urinal, it is indeed a wasteful thing, but that doesn't make much sense. Wait a minute. At this moment, Yi Feng suddenly thought of something, and then looked at the people in the blood pool. A few minutes later. Do you know what's wrong? Looking at the people who climbed out of the blood pool, Yi Feng asked again. Why are you all looking at me? Don't you know how to think about it? Are you going to let me, the useless palace master, stand out and bear everything? Noticing that Sun Long, Shi Dachuan, the three elders of Dian sect, Zhu Shan, Qin Ziheng and his disciples all looked at him, Huashan wanted to curse directly. It's not because we didn't practice well. Then we can only think about the problem from young Master Yi. And young Master Yi is a spendthrift, so is it related to the spendthrift? Thinking of this, Huashan suddenly thought of something, and then stepped forward and said, Young Master Yi, we are wrong. As people from the Xinghuan Palace, we actually used ordinary mud to build an extremely shabby dirt runway. We are really embarrassing you. We should use extremely expensive materials to build an extremely luxurious runway. After saying that, Huashan also looked at Yifeng with a little uneasiness. When he saw Yifeng nodded secretly, he breathed a sigh of relief. Palace Master. You are the Palace Master, you see things more clearly than them. After saying that, Yifeng took Huashan to the distance, and waved to Yi Xiaojiao again. Master Jiao. No need to trouble you, I can jump by myself. Seeing this familiar gesture, Sun Long shouted directly to Yi Xiaojiao, then gritted his teeth, closed his eyes, and jumped directly into the blood pool. Master Jiao. You just take a rest, I'll jump in too. Shi Dachuan, who was standing by, saw this and followed Sun Long into the blood pool. Stupid. Seeing that Sun Long and Shi Dachuan both took the initiative to jump into the blood pool, the 5 tigers of the mountain were stunned. They never thought that the Xinghuan Palace would have such a terrifying side. Jiaoya. We, the 5 tigers of the mountain, will jump in too, you just take a rest. Zhu Shan, as the leader of the 5 tigers, took the lead in expressing his attitude. Then, before the other 4 could react, he kicked them down one by one, and finally jumped into the blood pool, thinking to himself, should I say it or not, it feels so damn good to kick people. On the other side. Palace Master. Do you know the glazed Inyang pot? Walking aside, Yifeng looked at Huashan and asked. Glazed Inyang pot? This special treasure comes from the battlefield of Heavenly Dao. No one knows how this glazed Inyang pot was made. However, it can transform clear water, blood, fine wine, and other liquids into extremely special glazed Inyang liquid, and this glazed Inyang liquid has great benefits for the soul. If it can be drunk for a long time, the benefits that the soul can obtain are unimaginable. It is said that there are only 7 glazed Inyang pots in the entire God realm, and each bottle of glazed Inyang liquid that has been circulated is worth a lot of money. Hearing Yifeng's inquiry, Huashan immediately explained. Oh. Then the people who own these 7 glazed Inyang pots, won't they make a fortune? Yifeng said in surprise after hearing this. Young Master Yi. They may make money, but they definitely won't make too much. Because, if you want to transform clear water, fine wine, etc. into glazed Inyang liquid, you need to consume a lot of God stones or God crystals. Huashan shook his head when he heard this, and then smiled and explained. This broken urinal can actually consume divine stones or divine crystals? Hearing this, Yifeng also revealed a touch of surprise, then looked at Huashan and continued to ask, Palace Master, it is said that this glazed Inyang pot can transform some clear water in just one night, is that right? One night? Then unless a huge amount of top-grade divine crystals are consumed, otherwise, it is impossible to do it. As far as I know, those who own the glazed Inyang pot consume high-grade divine stones or top-grade divine stones, and then use a relatively long time to transform some glazed Inyang liquid. After hearing this, Huashan also hurriedly explained to Yifeng. Hearing this, Yifeng also understood all the situations of the glazed Inyang pot. First, different liquids are poured in, and the volume is different, so the number of divine stones or divine crystals consumed is also different. Second, the higher the level of divine stones or divine crystals consumed, the more they are consumed, and the faster the transformation speed. Knowing these situations, Yifeng couldn't help but sigh. It seems that this glazed Inyang pot is also a good thing to spend money on. Young Master Yi. Next, are you going to say that you just happen to have some of this glazed Inyang pot in your hand? At this time, seeing Yifeng, who was silent, Huashan also asked, tentatively. Palace Master, or you are the Palace Master. You guessed it right. Hearing Huashan's words, Yifeng also responded with a big laugh. A moment later. What? Urinal pot? Using such an expensive and rare colored glazed Inyang pot as a urinal? After hearing Yifeng's idea, Huashan couldn't believe his ears for a moment. He knew that Yi Feng was a spendthrift, but he didn't expect that Yi Feng could be so wasteful. At the same time, he was devastated and thought, if others get the colored glaze inyan pot, they will use it as a treasure pot. As a result, when it comes to Yi Xiao's hands, it becomes a urinal? After taking a deep breath, Huashan first glanced at the two glazed inyan pots in his hand, then he looked at Yi Feng with an embarrassed look and said, Master Yi, it's okay to use them as urinals, but if you give me 2 urinals at once, I'm afraid I won't be able to pee in both and won't be able to treat them equally. Chapter 688 Master Yi, it's not convenient for Xiaoshi to use this urinal. Can't pee in both? Can't treat them equally? Did I say that both are urinals? How can you be so good at using words? Hearing Huashan's words, especially seeing the other party's embarrassed look, Yi Feng's face was instantly covered with black lines, and then he explained, Palace Master, these 2 glazed inyan pots are not both urinals, one is a urinal, and the other is a water purification pot. Water purification pot? Master Yi, what is a water purification pot? Hearing Yi Feng's words, Huashan also became interested and asked, quickly. The water purifier is of course something that purifies water. Think about it, we are a prodigal family, so can we use ordinary water to wash our faces, hair, feet, and baths? Wouldn't that lower our status? So, with this water purifier, we can use the Liuli Inyan liquid directly for washing our faces, hair, feet, and baths in the future, which is in line with our status. Hearing Huashan's question, Yi Feng also explained seriously. Using the expensive Liuli Inyan liquid to wash your face, hair, and feet? Even if you are a prodigal, you can't do such a crazy thing. If other Shintoists saw this, wouldn't they be so angry? After hearing Yi Feng's explanation, Huashan's face also showed an extremely shocked expression. He really didn't expect that the water purifier that Yi Feng mentioned was actually going to be played like this. Young Master Yi. If you really do this, the amount of top-grade divine crystals consumed every night will reach an unimaginable number. Can we afford it? Thinking that the glazed inyan pot needs to transform water into glazed inyan liquid, it will consume a lot of top-grade divine crystals. Thinking of this, Huashan also looked at Yi Feng and reminded him quickly. Hearing Huashan's question, Yi Feng first spread his arms and turned around, then looked at Huashan and said, Our palace gates are all made of top-grade divine crystals. Do you think I lack that little bit of top-grade divine crystals? Young Master Yi. I worry too much. Hearing Yi Feng's words, Huashan also responded with a wry smile, and then thought to himself, it seems that if I want to be a good palace master, I must learn to spend money. No matter what happens in the future, I have to think more about spending money. Palace master. Let Sun Long, Shi Duchuan and others come over. I still have 8 glazed inyan pots in my hand. I will keep 2 for myself, and the remaining 6 must be distributed quickly. At this time, Yi Feng also looked at Huashan and said this. A moment later. Young Master Yi. Don't worry, although I have stopped peeing for many years. But now I have this urinal, I have to pee again no matter what. Looking at the 2 glazed inyan pots in his hand, Sun Long also shouted excitedly. After all, as a Shintoist, he no longer needs to go to the toilet every day like ordinary people. At the same time, Sun Long's eyes also flashed with a touch of relief. If he hadn't stayed to be a shit shoveler, how could he enjoy all this? Thinking that he could use the glazed inyan pot as a urinal in the future, and wash his face and feet with glazed inyan liquid, Sun Long also looked directly at the 5 tigers down the mountain, with a proud look on his face. The 5 tigers at the foot of the mountain saw Sun Long's smug look, and their eyes were filled with envy. They really didn't expect that Xinghuan Palace could be so arrogant. Young Master Yi. I suddenly remembered something. If Xiaoshu uses this urinal, wouldn't it be a bit inconvenient? At this moment, Huashan suddenly thought of something, and then hurriedly looked at Yifeng and reminded him. Is it inconvenient for Shi Duchuan to use this urinal? The mouth of the pot is so big, isn't it enough for him to use? Hearing what Huashan said, Yifeng, Sun Long, Zhu Shan and others also showed a puzzled look. Wait a minute. At this moment, everyone suddenly reacted. Now, in the entire palace, it seems that only Huashan does not know the true situation of Shi Duchuan, so what Huashan said is correct. Palace Master, don't worry. As long as I'm accurate, there will be no problem. At this time, Shi Duchuan also reacted, and then explained with embarrassment. Accurate? Such a fierce word, how can you have the nerve to say it in front of so many people? Can't you just tell me with your spiritual sense? Hearing what Shi Duchuan said, the corners of Huashan's mouth twitched uncontrollably. Young Master Yi said that he has 10 colored glaze yin-yang pots in his hand. 2 for Palace Master Hua. 2 for Sun Long. 2 for Shi Duchuan. Young Master Yi keeps 2 for himself, so there are still 2 left? At this moment, Zhu Shan suddenly thought of this situation, and then looked at Yifeng and asked tentatively, Young Master Yi, you should have 2 extra glass yin-yang pots in your hand, can you give those 2 to us? The 5 of us can use them together. Hearing Zhu Shan's words, the 4 people on the side also brightened up, and then looked at Yifeng with expectation. After all, with a water purification pot, they can take turns to use the glass yin-yang liquid in it to wash their faces and feet, and with a urinal, they can also build a public toilet at the foot of the mountain. You 5 want to use it together? Hearing Zhu Shan's words, Yifeng was stunned at first, then nodded and said, Okay, then I'll give it to you. I originally planned to use these 2 as urinals for the Holy Light Tiger Demon and the Flying Pig, so I won't give them to them. Fuck. The urinals we got are gone. Brother Pig, why are we so miserable? Hearing Yifeng's words, the Holy Light Tiger Demon's mentality collapsed directly, and then he used his spiritual sense to transmit his emotions to the Flying Pig. Brother Tiger. We must be strong. Because, not only are the urinals gone, but after they build a luxurious runway, we still have to run. After hearing what the Holy Light Tiger Demon said, the Flying Pig also said a piece of news that made the Holy Light Tiger Demon even more uncomfortable. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing today's waste product. You will be rewarded with 500,000 waste points and a large bucket of Taiching Life Liquid *. When Yifeng distributed all 10 colored glazed yin-yang pots, the system's reward prompt sound also rang in his mind. Boom! Then, a breath of breakthrough burst out from Yifeng's body. Breakthrough again? Can you break through by distributing a urinal? Feeling the breakthrough aura bursting out from Yifeng, Sun Long, Shi Duchuan, Zhu Shan and others also revealed extremely shocked expressions. Although it was not difficult to break through in the true God realm, Yifeng's breakthroughs one after another were too casual. Chapter 689, How are we worse than pigs? Hey! Breakthrough again. This is the 4th level of the true God realm. At this time, feeling that his own strength had been broken through again, Yifeng also said this helplessly. Isn't breakthrough a good thing? Are you still not happy? After hearing what Yifeng said, the people on the side also revealed a touch of confusion, because this is not the reaction of a normal Shintoist at all. Young Master Yi. If there is nothing else, we will go back first. At this time, Zhu Shan also looked at Yifeng and asked a question. After all, he knew very well that this place did not belong to the 5 tigers at the foot of the mountain. If they wanted to move from the foot of the mountain to the mountain, the 5 tigers still had a long way to go. Go back. Remember to destroy the broken runway after you get down the mountain, and then rebuild it. Hearing Zhu Shan's question, Yifeng nodded, and finally reminded him. Young Master Yi. Zhu Shan understands. After we get down the mountain, we will definitely rebuild a runway with the most expensive materials at hand. After that, Zhu Shan took the 3 elders of Dian's sect and his disciple, Qin Ziheng, out of the palace gate. Let's check what the Tai Ching life-giving liquid we just got is. When the 5 tigers left, Yi Feng checked the reward he just got. Tai Ching life-giving liquid. If you use Tai Ching life-giving liquid to water divine grass, divine flowers, divine trees, and other divine plants, their growth rate will be greatly improved. The more Tai Ching life-giving liquid you water, the faster they will grow. Another brief introduction. If nothing unexpected happens, there must be a lot of things I don't know about this Tai Ching life-giving liquid. After checking the information about the Tai Ching life-giving liquid, Yi Feng also curled his lips. Just as he was about to call Huashan from a distance to ask about it, he suddenly thought of something, and then muttered to himself, "Forget it, it's idle in the palace gate, so I might as well go out and spend money to enjoy happiness. When I come back, my cultivation can break through to the first level of the heavenly god realm." Ding. Host, are you no longer suppressing your cultivation? As Yifeng's voice fell, the voice of the system rang from his mind. Suppress it? With your old system here, can I suppress it? I can't suppress it anyway, so why should I think so much? I might as well spend money and enjoy it. Hearing what the system said, Yi Feng also responded casually. This time, who should I take out? Then, Yi Feng began to select the candidates to take out this time. Forget it. Let's take the flying pig out. It's a good opportunity to find out if it's a stupid pig. If it is, I'll just stew it when I get back. After a quick look, Yi Feng had no choice but to choose the flying pig. If Huashan and Sun Long knew that they were not even as good as a pig, they would probably go crazy and would probably ask loudly, "How are we worse than pigs?" What? Young Master Yi is going to take me out? Is this a test for me? When the flying pig learned that Yi Feng was going to take it out for a trip, a look of surprise appeared in its eyes, and then it thought to itself, "According to what I know now, young Master Yi is a desperate prodigal. The more you prodigal, the more excited young Master Yi is. If I want to be liked by young Master Yi, I must show my prodigal side in this trip. My lord, where do you want to go this time?" At this time, Yi Xiaojiao looked at Yi Feng respectfully and asked. Look for it. Which force in the god realm is recruiting disciples, and the kind that recruits divine grass apprentices? I want to help them grow flowers and grass. Hearing Yi Xiaojiao's question, Yi Feng directly expressed his thoughts. After a moment. My lord. A force called Donma Palace is recruiting disciples today, and one of them is a divine grass apprentice. However, this Donma Palace is a relatively powerful force in the god realm. It may not be an easy thing to join it. However, I will personally send you there, and then I will go to the elders in charge of the assessment to talk about life. Soon, Yi Xiaojiao briefly explained the situation he had found out. You go talk to them about life? That will ruin their lives. Hearing what Yi Xiaojiao said, Yi Feng smiled helplessly, and then said directly to the system, "System, use the opportunity of peeping into the secrets of heaven once, and check how to pass the assessment and become a divine grass apprentice of Donma Palace." Ding. Consume the opportunity of peeping into the secrets of heaven once. Among the 3 elders in charge of the assessment, there is an elder named Duan Feng. This person is extremely greedy. As long as the host uses the money ability a little, it will be an extremely simple thing to pass the assessment and enter Donma Palace. Ding. Release a random task. Please use the money ability to sneak into Donma Palace and become a divine grass apprentice. If the task is successful, a large number of spendthrift points will be awarded, with a high probability of breaking through a small realm, and there is a chance to trigger a special reward. If the task fails, a large number of spendthrift points will be awarded, with a very low probability of breaking through a small realm. The task time is 1 day. As Yifeng's voice fell, the voice of the system rang continuously from his mind. Heh. System, although you are not a human, you are a real dog. I am no longer opposed to breakthroughs, and the rewards for your tasks will be restored to normal. If you have the guts to complete the task, the reward will continue to be a very low chance of breakthrough. Besides, this is not a random task at all, it is just giving me rewards for free. Although you are a spendthrift system, you can't be so unscrupulous. Hearing that the system has issued another random task, Yifeng also complained wildly in his heart with a black face. My lord. The space crack has been opened. Do you need your subordinates to go with you? Seeing that Yifeng had no reaction for a long time, Yi Xiaojiao also asked tentatively. No need. Joining a small Danma palace, you don't need to take action, I can solve it myself. After saying that, Yifeng kicked the flying pig at his feet. Why are you kicking me? At this time, the flying pig who was kicked also showed a hint of doubt on his face. But when it thought that it was now a cute mini pig, it reacted immediately, and then with the force of its 4 short legs, it jumped directly into Yifeng's arms. What is it doing? What is this stupid pig doing? I want you to grow bigger so that I can ride you, but what do you mean by jumping into my arms? Do you want me to carry you? Looking at the flying pig in his arms rubbing his head against his chest with a cute face, Yifeng's mouth and eyes twitched uncontrollably. Chapter 690, This is too fucking heartbreaking. Why does Yi Xiao look a little strange? Did I misunderstand? But shouldn't a mini pig lie in the arms of its owner? Noticing that Yifeng's face began to look ugly, Fei Tianzhu was also inexplicably panicked, and then his pig brain began to work frantically. Wait a minute. Is Yi Xiao trying to make me bigger, turn me into a war pig, and then ride on me? Soon, a guess appeared in Fei Tianzhu's mind. Never mind. Let's give it a try. If I continue to stay in Yi Xiao's arms, I feel like he's going to use a knife on me. Thinking of this, Fei Tianzhu jumped directly from Yifeng's arms, and then his body began to grow, and soon reached a height of about 1 meter. When Yifeng sat directly on his back, Fei Tianzhu breathed a sigh of relief, and then thought with relief in his heart, fortunately, my pig brain works quickly, otherwise, I would be in real danger. Danmo City. Master Yi. As far as I know, this Danma City is the closest divine city to Danma Palace. Moreover, this divine city was not originally called Danma City, but was renamed Danma City after the rise of Danma Palace. At this time, walking on the bustling streets, Feitian Pig also briefly told Yifeng what he knew. Feitian Pig. I didn't expect you to know so much. After hearing this, Yifeng also said in surprise. Young Master Yi. Although I am a divine beast, Danma Palace is one of the top forces in the divine world after all. Knowing some of the situation of Danma Palace is nothing. Hearing Yifeng's words, Feitian Pig also responded with a proud look on his face. By the way, your Feitian Baiyun Pig clan can only have 4 wings at most. How did you break through the limit and reach 8 wings? Yifeng suddenly thought of something at this time, and then asked with curiosity. Young Master Yi. That starts from when I entered the Tiandao battlefield more than 100 years ago. I don't know what happened. After I entered the Tiandao battlefield, I not only did not encounter any danger, but after walking for a while, I could encounter some extremely precious divine fruits, natural treasures, secret realm inheritances, etc. As a result, I either ate or slept to absorb the power for more than 100 years, and finally broke the limit of my own bloodline without knowing why. Hearing Yifeng's question, Feitian Zhuzhu also briefly described his bizarre experience. When others enter the heavenly Tao battlefield, they fight desperately to grab all kinds of opportunities. For you, all kinds of opportunities are waiting for you? And you are only responsible for eating and sleeping? After hearing what Fei Tianzhu said, Yi Feng was really shocked, and thought to himself, I am a time traveler, and I also have such a heaven-defying system. It is not an exaggeration to say that I am the son of destiny, but in your case, you are also a pig of destiny. After a moment. Fuck. This guy is awesome. Others ride wolves, tigers, and leopards, but he rides a pig. There are so many things in this world. I didn't expect that someone would use the flying white cloud pig, an edible beast loved by many Shintoists, as a mount. What should I do? I just ate roast pork yesterday, but now I see the war pig under him, I'm greedy again. When Yi Feng rode the flying white cloud pig to the central square, he instantly attracted the attention of many people. After all, there are indeed very few people in the god realm who use the flying white cloud pig as a war pet. A few minutes later. It turns out that today is just a simple registration. Only those who meet the requirements can participate in tomorrow's formal assessment. However, the random tasks issued by the system only last for one day, so I have to meet Elder Duan Feng today. Thinking of this, Yi Feng patted Fei Tianzhu on the back, and then said, let's go, let's not register, let's go directly to Tianhua Restaurant. Tianhua Restaurant. This young master. Today, the restaurant's guest rooms are full. Moreover, the 3 elders of Donma Palace all live on the 3rd floor. In order to prevent others from disturbing them, there are 2 deacons guarding the stairs. So, if you want to see Elder Duan Feng, it may be difficult. After receiving the generous tip from Yi Feng, the shop assistant also told Yi Feng some of the situation. 1 million top-grade divine stones. As long as you can let me meet Elder Duan Feng, these top-grade divine stones will all be yours. After hearing the shop assistant's words, Yi Feng calmly proposed a deal. Stare. Hearing about 1 million pieces of top-grade divine stones, the shop assistant's eyes almost popped out of his head in shock. He didn't expect that Yi Feng would pay such a terrible price to see Elder Duan Feng. Done. With 1 million pieces of top-grade divine stones, I can still be a shitty shop assistant. Thinking of this, the shop assistant lowered his voice and said to Yi Feng, young master, let's go to the backyard to exchange clothes. As long as you wear my clothes, you can go to the 3rd floor smoothly and then meet Elder Duan Feng. Okay. Hearing the shop assistant's proposal, Yi Feng also agreed with a smile on his face. This way, he could not only meet Elder Duan Feng, but also trigger the prodigal behavior and get a wave of prodigal rewards for free. How could he refuse such a good thing? Backyard, the shop assistant's residence. Ding. Congratulations to the host for triggering the prodigal behavior. Reward 1 million prodigal points. Reward random breakthrough scroll *1. Reward cold marrow jade golden pill *10. When the two changed their clothes, and Yi Feng handed 1 million pieces of top-grade divine stones to the shop assistant, the system's reward prompt sound rang from his mind. Boom. Immediately afterwards, a breath of breakthrough also burst out from Yi Feng's body, which directly stunned the shop assistant next to him. What's the situation? Change clothes, spend money, and then this prodigal son breaks through? Feeling the aura of breakthrough emanating from Yi Feng, the shop assistant next to him couldn't believe his eyes. Thinking back to the efforts and hardships he had made to break through from the 4th level of the true God realm to the 5th level, he suddenly felt that he had suffered a 10,000-point critical hit. Hey! I just broke through to the 4th level of the true God realm an hour ago, and now I've broken through again. It's really a breakthrough that makes people feel no sense of accomplishment. At this time, feeling that his own cultivation had been raised to a small realm again, Yi Feng also said this, with a helpless look on his face. Crap. This is too damn heartbreaking. If it weren't for the powerful flying white cloud pig outside, I would have beaten him up. Don't be so provocative. Hearing Yi Feng's Versailles words, the shop assistant beside him looked at Yi Feng with a look that wanted to kill him. Restaurant, a guest room on the 3rd floor. Hey! How much does the palace master distrust me? He even sent 2 deacons to guard the stairs. With him doing this, how can I take bribes and do practical things? At this time, Duan Feng was also sitting in the guest room, drinking, to drown his sorrows, with a helpless look on his face.